Have you ever realized you haven't eaten for almost an entire day? At that moment, you probably wondered, what is my body doing right now? Is it burning fat? Am I losing muscle? Is my metabolism slowing down? Or am I actually doing something healthy? For years, fasting has been surrounded by bold claims. Some people call it the ultimate health hack. Others say it's dangerous. Some believe it can help with weight loss, improve brain function, and even slow aging. Others think missing a single meal put your body into starvation mode. The answer is a little more complicated than either sides want to admit. Because your body doesn't simply switch between feed and starving. Instead, it moves through the series or carefully coordinated stages that humans have evolved over millions of years. Every hormone, every organ, every single cell has a role to play. And as hours pass, your body begins making the fascinating adjustment after another. Today we're going to travel inside the human body and watch those changes unfold in real time. We'll follow the timeline from the moment you finish your last bite, through the first few hours, into the first day. The last bite. Imagine you're just finished dinner. Whatever you ate, the moment your meal ends, your digestive system gets to work. Your stomach being churning the food into a thick mixture called chyme. From there, it slowly releases small amounts into your small intestine where digestion and absorption really begin. Carbohydrates are broken down into simple sugar, primarily glucose. Proteins are digested into amino acids, which your body uses to build and repair tissues. Fats are helped off the bile and broken into fatty acid and glycerol. These nutrients are absorbed into your bloodstream and transported throughout your body. Now your blood glucose starts to rise. This increases is something that your pancreas is constantly monitoring. The pancreas releases a hormone called insulin, often described as the body's storage hormone. Think of insulin as a traffic controller. When glucose flows into your bloodstream after a meal, insulin tells your cells the fuel has arrived, open the doors. Muscle cells taking glucose for energy. Fat cells store excess energy. The liver stores glucose as glycogen, a compact form of stored carbohydrate that can be used later. During this period, your body isn't burning much of that fat because it has plenty of incoming fuel. There's no reason to tap into store reserves. This stage is known as the fit state. If you imagine your body as a hybrid car, you're currently driving using the gasoline that was just poured into the tank. The battery, your stored energy, stays mostly untouched. Digestion in full swing. For the next several hours, your digestive system remains remarkably active. Your stomach gradually empties. Enzymes continue breaking foods into smaller molecules. Your intestine absorbs nutrients with incredible efficiency. At the same time, insulin remains elevated. This doesn't just lower blood sugar. It also tells your body to prioritize storing energy. Your muscle replenishes glycogen. Your liver refills its glycogen storage. Protein synthesis increases as amino acids become available for repairing tissues and building new proteins. Your body is also making decisions. If you've eaten exactly the amount of energy your body needs, most of the nutrients will be used immediately. But if you've eaten more than necessary, some of that extra energy will eventually be stored as body fat. Eating one meal doesn't instantly create fat. It's your overall energy balance over time that determines whether fat is gained or lost. Meanwhile, your brain continues relying almost entirely on glucose. Although the brain makes up only about 2% of your body weight, it consumes roughly 20% of your resting energy. That's an extraordinary demand. Fortunately, after a meal, glucose is plentiful. Your brain doesn't have to worry. The transition begins. Now something interesting starts happening. The nutrients from your meal begin to decline. Blood glucose gradually falls back toward its normal range. As glucose decreases, insulin levels also begin falling. At the same time, another hormone slowly rises. Glucagon. If insulin is the storage hormone, glucagon is the release hormone. Instead of saying, store energy, glucagon tells the liver, it's time to start giving some back. The liver begins breaking glycogen into glucose and releasing it into the bloodstream. It's one of the reasons your blood sugar stays remarkably stable even when you haven't eaten for several hours. Many people imagine blood sugar crashing dramatically between meals. For healthy individuals, it's usually not what happens. Your body has multiple backup systems designed to maintain glucose within a narrow range because your brain depends on it. Evolution prepared as well. For most of human history, food wasn't available every few hours. Our ancestors often went many hours or even days without eating. If the human body couldn't maintain blood glucose during short periods without food, our species probably wouldn't have survived. When the fast officially began, by now many people have entered what scientists consider the true fasting state. You might simply be sleeping, or maybe you've skipped breakfast. Inside your body, however, a quiet shift is taking place. Insulin continues falling, glucose rises further. Growth hormone begins increasing slightly, helping preserve lean tissue. Your liver continues releasing glucose from its glycogen stores. At the same time, fat cells receive an important signal. They no longer need to stay locked. They can begin releasing small amounts of stored fat into the bloodstream. This process is called lipolysis. Fat molecules are broken apart into free fatty acid and glycerol. Many tissues, including your muscles, can now begin using this fatty acid as fuel, reducing the demand for glucose. Think of your body as a city powered by multiple energy plants. When food is abundant, nearly every building uses electricity from the main power station. But once the supply begins shrinking, backup energy stores quality starts coming online. The lights never go out. The power source simply changes. And this is one of the most remarkable features of humans' metabolism. Does your metabolism shut down? One of the biggest myths about fasting is that missing breakfast or going several hours without food cause your metabolism to shut down. That isn't what research shows. During short-time fasting, your body generally maintains its metabolism rate. In fact, hormones like norepinephrine can increase slightly, helping keep you alert and mobilizing store energy. From an evolutionary perspective, it makes perfect sense. Imagine if every hunter became weak and sleepy the moment food ran out. Finding the next meal would become even harder. Instead, the body temporarily shifts into mood that helps you stay functional while searching for food. Only after prolonged periods of surplus calories deprivation does the body begin significantly lowering energy expenditure to conserve resources. Skipping breakfast isn't the same thing as starvation. Why hunger comes in waves? Here is something almost everyone noticed during fasting. Hunger isn't constant. It comes and it fades. Why? Because hunger isn't simply caused by empty stomach. It's controlled by a complex conversation between your stomach, intestine, brain, hormones, habits, and even your daily routine. One hormone plays a major role. Ghrelin, often nicknamed the hunger hormone. Interestingly, ghrelin tends to rise around the times you normally eat. If you usually eat lunch at noon, your body may release more ghrelin just before noon, even if you have enough stored energy to go much longer without food. But here's the fascinating part. If you don't eat, ghrelin doesn't keep rising forever. It usually peaks, then falls again. That's why many people find that hunger comes in waves lasting 20 to 60 minutes rather than building endlessly. Your body is asking if food is available. If the answer is no, it shifts its attention back to maintaining normal function. Your body changes its strategy. By the time you've gone about 12 hours without eating, something important has happened. Your body is no longer relying primarily on the food from your last meal. Instead, it's beginning to depend more on the stored energy. It is exactly what stored energy is for. Think about it. If humans had to eat every few hours just to survive, our ancestors would have struggled to make it through a single day of hunting or gathering. Instead, evolution gave us an incredible backup system. Your liver stores glucose in the form of glycogen, almost like stacking thousands of tiny energy bricks inside the warehouse. Whenever food becomes temporarily available, those bricks are gradually taken apart and released into your bloodstream as glucose. This keeps your brain, your red blood cells, and other glucose-dependent tissues functioning normally. But here's the catch. That warehouse isn't unlimited. Most adults store roughly 80 to 100 grams of glycogen in the liver, though the exact amount varies depending on body size, diet, and physical activity. Muscles store much more glycogen, often 300 to 500 grams, but there's a catch. Unlike liver glycogen, muscle glycogen is mostly reserved for the muscles themselves. Your muscle can simply donate their glycogen to the rest of the body. So while your muscles are carrying around large energy reserve, your brain can't directly use them. The liver remains the body's primary glucose supply during fasting. You're already burning fat. Many people ask, when does my body finally start burning fat? The honest answer is, it already has. Your body burns a mixture of fuels almost all the time. Even after eating, you're still burning some fat. And even after fasting begins, you're still using some glucose. It's never an all or nothing switch. Instead, imagine a sliding scale. As insulin falls, fat burning gradually increases. Special enzymes inside the fat cells become more active, breaking stored triglycerides into free fatty acids and glycerol. Those fatty acids travel through your bloodstream and become fuel for many tissues throughout your body. Your heart especially loves fatty acid. In fact, under normal conditions, the heart gets most of its energy from fat rather than glucose. Your skeletal muscles also begin relying more heavily on fat, especially if you're resting or walking at a comfortable pace. The more these tissues use fat, the less glucose they need. That helps preserve precious glucose for organs that truly depend on it. It's an elegant system. Nothing is wasted. What happens to your brain? This is one of the biggest misconceptions about fasting. Many people assume the brain immediately starts shutting down without food. But that's not what happens. At least, not during healthy short-term fasting. During the first day, your brain continues using mostly glucose. Remember, your liver is still releasing glucose into your bloodstream. Blood sugar remains surprisingly stable because your hormones are carefully controlling it. In healthy individuals, your body works remarkably hard to protect the brain. In fact, the blood glucose starts dropping too far. Several hormones including glucagon, adrenaline, cortisol, and growth hormone work together to raise it again. It's like having a multiple emergency backup system protecting your most valuable organ. The brain is always the priority. Your brain's backup full. Now we arrive at one of fasting's most fascinating adaptations. As fasting continues, fat breakdown increases. The liver receives more and more fatty acids. Some of those fatty acids are burned directly. But when the supply becomes more greater than immediate demand, the liver begins converting them into molecules called ketone bodies. There are 3 major ketones. Ketones are an alternative fuel made from fat. And unlike fatty acid, ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier. That means they can fuel your brain. This adaptation is extraordinary. Without ketones, humans couldn't survive prolonged periods without food. Instead of depending entirely on glucose, the brain gradually learns to share the workload. At first, ketone provides only a tiny fraction of the brain's energy, but over several days of fasting, that percentage increases dramatically. This reduces the amount of glucose your body needs to make. It's one of the reasons humans can survive surprisingly long periods without eating, as long as water is available and body fat reserve remained.